Good morning. Good morning. Oh, I'm sharing. All right, now that all of that's done, let's see if anybody finds us this morning. If you come in, say hello, please. Say howdy. Say all the good things. Tell me what's good. Tell me something good. Tell me something that's great in your life. Tell me that you feel good. Tell me that life is good. Give me something that you're thankful for. There's always something. Even if it was the fact that you got the last butter for your toast this morning. Good morning, Mr. Bibb. Tell me something good. Start it off. Start it off, Mr. Bibb. Because it may just be Mr. Bibb in here talking to each other this morning. It just may be how it is. It's all according to how nice Facebook's going to be. Sometimes they nice, sometimes they not so nice. We don't know. People may come in, they may not come in. So yeah. So it's crazy. Okay, I'm gonna tell you something good. Let me tell you something good. Okay. Now, if you have not had a lot of dental work in your life, then you are not even going to relate to this. So if you're somebody who's had perfect teeth, like no cavities, no braces, you still own all your teeth, none of that, well, good. Good for you. Let me just say that, okay? I am not that person. I have had more daggone crowns and root canals and all of that, and I am the person. Good morning, Stephanie. Stephanie here at the beginning. I love it. She's here. So I am the person. Let me be real. I am the person that that when I go to my 6-month checkups, I am always like, what are they going to find this time? The last time I went, there was an issue. They were had to put another crown on. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like all I have is crowns. So I go and I'm like, I'm feeling good about this visit. I'm feeling good because 8 o'clock in the morning, got up, went to dentist, right? And no pain in my mouth, nothing's bothering me, right? And they come in and they take the x-rays and they do all that and they're like, they come in and they're like, Molly, number 17. And I'm like, what about 17? They're like, you got some decay going on in there. So what we're thinking is, it's a wisdom tooth because I was the person who could let her I had enough room for my wisdom teeth. So they're there. Yet I've had issues with like every single wisdom tooth. Okay. But they don't pull them. It's okay. And they're like, we believe that we can fill this for you. And we're going to start there. We're going to get everything. We're going to get the decay out. We're going to try to fill this. But if that doesn't work, we're going to have to instantly go into the crown, Molly. We know you don't want to hear it, and I'm like, so today I am thinking positive. And you know what? Eventually this may be a crown, okay? But right now they're saying, hey, come on in. We're going to take care of this. Our next available visit, we're just going to fill it. And it's only going to cost you $61. And we're going to hope this is going to take care of the problem. So right now I'm celebrating that I don't have an $800 crown issue. Good morning, Gwenda. Good to see you. I'm not home right now and forgot my earbuds. I'll catch the replay. I get you. It's okay, girl. Glad that you were here. Thanks for stopping by. So I am grateful today that right now it's just a fill-in. Because that whole stuff with, I still got to get the shots in my mouth. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But you know what? It happens. It happens. You got to do what you got to do, right? So Lee says, let me see. Lee's like, I'm going to Miami and today is supposed to be 72 degrees. Thank you, Lord, for bringing my North Carolina weather back, because that whole 20s and teens thing that I did not come down here for, that we had been experiencing, was not fun. I made it, Lord, but it was not fun, right? So Yeah, so it's supposed to hit 72 down here today. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And yes, we are at the end of the month. We are heading to leadership school with Market America. End of February, beginning of March with Market America. So excited. That was my first event ever last year. And and I was so new. I was like more of a hot mess than I'm normally in, if you can even imagine that. But that's another story. But yeah, we went and I didn't know a thing. You talk about being a baby and you just kind of like sling the baby wherever you're going. Sling the baby, just sling the baby in there. I didn't understand their jargon, their acronyms, which now I hear like, I'm an unfranchised business owner, right? Um, you're a UFO. It's quite a conversation. Quite a conversation piece. Can I just say a UFO? But here's what's really cool. Here's what's really cool. People say, what UFO stand for? And I'm like, it stands for an unbelievable freaking opportunity. That's what it stands for. But it also stands for unfranchised business owner. So it's all cool. Let me see who else is. Oh, Gwenda, I love you too. Gwenda has been sending me texts in the morning, almost like encouraging texts. And people. It's amazing how people just show up for you. They just show up at the most inopportune times. And normally there's something in there that I'm pretty sure that God knows that you need when that happens. Kind of like the person who doesn't normally text you or shows up, tells you that you love them, whatever that is, or you just, if you ever feel led to do stuff like that with somebody, if something is just you can't get somebody off your mind, can I tell you that's probably God telling you reach out to that person. It's probably God saying, yeah, come on now, reach out, tell them you love them, tell them a good joke, tell them something, share something good with them, do something. It probably is because I have just, when I feel led to do that, I just do. And you know how people are probably like, oh gosh, it's Molly, it's Mama Molly. What does she want? Oh no. No, it's not like that. It's honestly not like that. It's like most of the time if I'm reaching out, I feel like there's a need to check on people. And I love that. So hi Lori, I see you there. Love you. Um, so yeah, but life is good, feeling good. Um, Almost a month away, 11 months, right? A month away, but I am a month away from my 1 year anniversary with Market America. And can I just say that I know we carry so much, but the wellness alone and what that has brought to me in my life and my health, and the fact that at 61 years old, I feel freaking amazing. Just saying. I get up, no problem. This is what we're going to do. I'm still working late. Like, you know me, I'm a night out. All my peoples, all my tribe out there knows. I come to them at the weirdest times, like, oh, Molly's live at 10 o'clock in her group. Uh-oh, what's going on? Nothing, Molly just awake. She's just awake and wanted to chat with somebody, and Lee probably going to bed or something. It's probably something like that. So you know what? Just understand that, like, you are worth finding good health. Can I just tell you that? I think that there's so much talk about the fact that as soon as somebody's not feeling good, that you hear, well, you're just getting older. That's what it is. Or you're getting up slower. So that's what it is. Like, you're getting older. You just got to settle. And can I tell you, I was that person. I'm not getting on you because I was that person. I'm here from experience, right? That here I am. Good morning, Janae. Janae's going to Miami with me too. Yeah, she's going to Miami. We're going to have so much fun, just saying. I have learned that my body was suffering from not having what it needed to jump start my battery again. I didn't have to have brain fog. I didn't have to be tired. I didn't have to have crickety bones. I could I could just be better and feel better, which makes you look at everything better. That I am okay with life, that I could be much better, because when you're thinking better and you're feeling better, even when things come in your life that make you sad or make you angry, it ends up that in the end, it makes you handle it better. So see, all of this matched with the power of Jesus. That's pretty strong stuff right there. It really is. It is pretty strong stuff. Janae says it's crazy how quickly we just accept the ailments until we experience better. It's true. It's true. I mean, I know you all have heard me say it before many times on here, but I'm going to be 62 this year. 62. Now, I have to tell you, I didn't feel this good when I was in my 40s. I'm like, what are they putting in these things? And what I realized is they are just delivering products that I should have been putting in my body to start with, that I should have been taking better care of myself, that, you know what, I'm never going to be the person who eats right all the time. I would love to be like so many of the people that I have met in this company who always get it right. It appears like every time I see their meals, I'm like, dang, they're healthy. Just me. Just me. And here I am over here fixing some country fried steak and mashed potatoes. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. I'm just like, but it's okay. Because I know that it was fried, but you know what Gary Brecka taught me? Do you know what Dr. D taught me? They taught me if you're going to fix something, make sure you fix them in the right oils. Get away from the seed oils. And I thought, I can still have what I want, but just fix it better? I am so in. And then I didn't have to feel like I was 80 when I was 60. That I could feel like life is still worth living. And all these people who just seem like they're ready to die with one foot in the grave and the other one, they moving over there. I'm like, stop it. Your body's probably lacking something it needs, and it's there. It's just Big Pharma would love to keep you on the meds. I'm just going to say that. This isn't even what this is about, but I'm going to tell you this is what's happening for sure. I love feeling better. I love waking up in the morning and feeling like I had an awesome night's sleep, because I was not a good sleeper. I wasn't. I would worry about everything all night long. I would stress about it. I'm the person I was taking the quote unquote, like, not good energy drinks when I was doing stuff. But I have to say that life is good, and to find out that all of it starts in the gut. If you got a sick gut, and most people do, everything controls it. What your brain is going to do, what you're thinking. If you got stinking thinking going on in your life, let me tell you right now, it is linked to your gut. You got a stinky gut, stinking thinking. That's what's going to happen. Your joints are bothering you all the time. I got to tell you something. Aloe. Janae is talking about aloe. All the sugars we got: probiotics 10, digestive enzymes, aloe juice. Yes. So what happens is, I was the girl who thought, oh, aloe, I burned myself. I need to go get some aloe and put it on my burn so it will heal. Oh, let's get that skincare because it's got aloe in it, right? That was me. But in the end, I realized that aloe is good for your entire body, inside and out. That aloe should be something that you are feeding your gut. And by the way, it doesn't have to taste bad. How about that? Because that's where everything normally gets me, is if it tastes bad, I'm always so scared I'm not going to stay on it, right? Or if it has horrible side effects, or if it makes you do this. It's not. It's not. So, I don't know. Sometimes you look at life and where it leads you, and I think God wanted better health for me. I think God wanted me to feel better. I think God wanted me to have a better outlook. I think He only wants the best for me. But guess what? He can't make me do it. I have to want it. I have to go for it. I have to go after it. I have to figure out what my path was. And I have. And although I was feeling better months ago with what I was taking, can I simply say that what I feel right now doesn't touch it. And this isn't a health thing. It's just, you know me. There's no way for me to come on and be live or talk to people and not talk about the things that are touching my life. And I think that's why God put me out here in front of you, is to talk about my life and to talk about the good, the bad, the fact that, you know what, it used to take a lot for me when stress would come, and for me to have to be some shining light, but yet my body wasn't cooperating and my brain wasn't cooperating. And I would pray about it and I thought, something's got to change. And boy, didn't 2024 bring a lot of changes for me. Some that I didn't welcome, some that I realize now had to be, and some that just, boy, do I wish that it had happened sooner. But here's the deal. I don't even pay attention. Oh, I wish I had done this sooner. I wish I had found this supplement. Let me tell you something. I'm still breathing. And if I'm still breathing, I can be better. And if you are still breathing, you can be better. But you know what? God loves you, and he died on, he sent his son to die on the cross for you, and he's got salvation out there for you. But just like you have to accept that, you have got to accept the responsibility of, do you want to feel better? Do you want to be better? Do you want to take a step forward? Stop looking at the problem and saying, it's just too hard. I don't want to do it. Let me tell you something. Once you start feeling better, once you feel the cement blocks of life start falling off and crumbling, because you start taking these little steps to being better, what happens is it soon becomes easier. It soon becomes something that you're like, oh, I was such a dummy. I should have welcomed this much sooner in my life. Hey, Charlene. Okay, I got involved in me talking again. You know I do that. To catch you in between my stops. I only have 15 minutes, but I love it. Seeing you, hearing you this morning, what a blessing. Charlene, I love you, and I hope that life is treating you well, my friend. You have been a part of my journey for so long. And I can tell everybody who's listening here, Charlene's struggle has been real. I think people say a lot of times, Molly, why do you have the following that you have? Molly, why do you... Oh, did you see somebody, by the way, somebody was trying to impersonate me, these stupid scammers. They didn't even think, if you're going to take a picture of me, could you use a picture that like I would like? Thank you. They didn't get words right. They were copying and pasting stuff. And thank you, Andrew, if you happen to like sneak in here. Thank you for finding that, because I never saw it. And it's down now. They took it down. But people, some people will be like, I don't even understand. How do you have the followers that you have? And, a lot of people could say, oh, well, it's just because Molly was in Avon so long. And I thought, well, if that's true with people who have left Avon, why were they still with me? It is because I am the dummy or the oversharer who shares life. I was never somebody who's just going to share about business and what it's doing for me. I love to help people. But do you know what else I love? I love not feeling alone. I love knowing there's people out there who can identify with what I've been through in life, or people who sometimes come to me and go, I was really feeling sorry for myself, and I just heard your story about this. I'm just going to stop. I'm not feeling sorry for myself anymore. And I'm thinking, okay, I was almost really embarrassed to share that incident with people, but what a great feeling that God can take my most miserable times in life and my scariest times in life, and he can use them. It's true what they say, that you wonder when something really bad happens in your life, how in the world could God ever be okay with it? And people say that's God's will. No. I don't think the tragedies and the hardships are God's will. I think what he says, because we are living in this thing called life, and some of this stuff we bring on us, and some of these stuffs, remember, we have free will. These things happen, but I believe that if we let him, that he can take those times that we were so embarrassed, or it was so hurtful, or it was so sad, or it was such a loss, it was such grief. And I believe that he can use them. And for almost 20 years, either in person or when social media started for us, some of you started following me and I started sharing. And suddenly people were like, man, I identify with that. Or if I said, man, this is what I'm struggling with in business. And suddenly it was, oh my goodness, thank you for saying that, because that's me. And I thought I wasn't cut out for this because it felt hard. No, life is hard, sisters and brothers. Brothers don't like to show it. Ah, they're strong, right? Brothers don't like to, you know, the men that be like, we got to be strong. Nothing bothers us. Blah, blah, blah. They hold it all in. They got to be tough. They don't. They don't. It's okay. Do you know what women find really, really, really sexy and really admirable? Is the fact that you can own your stuff and you can say when you're scared and you can say when something's bothering you. Because you know what? We can see through the facade anyways. So save yourself some stress and time, okay? We love you regardless. When times are hard and you know you're not alone, that is why God put us down here and not one person. God could have very well just made Adam. He could have made Adam. Adam could have lived forever. That could have been the person right there. And God said no. He says we need more. Then there was Eve. And then there were babies. And here we are. Here we are to help each other through the hard times in life, but yet celebrate each other in the great times in life. And when you feel like you're on those stepping stones of life and you suddenly slip and that one foot goes in the water and you feel the current coming and it's rolling over and you think it's going to take you, and a hand is extended to say, I feel your pain. You're going to get through it. Here, hold on. Hold on to these words. Hold on to this experience. Hold on to the fact that I believe you can get through this. Does that mean you're going to come away without any scarring? Does that mean you're going to come away without any PTSD of something? Does that mean that you're going to come away without grief, without hurt, without things that if you keep those things, it's going to hurt you? I always tell people, feel the feeling. Don't unpack there. If you unpack there, those bad things that you're feeling, they will eat you alive. And you will suddenly look in the mirror and you will wonder who you are. I know. Because that was me for a lot of my life. And to be real honest, about 2 years ago, I felt that coming back. Oh wow, hold on. Oh, there's all these people. Hold on, I want to see who's talking to me. Hold on. I need to see. Okay, there was Charlene. Hi, Victoria. Hey, Victoria. Thanks for being here. Raj here. Everybody say hi to Raj. Raj is like probably an older friend, not old, like been there a long time than a lot of people who do know me. Now, Raj, I was so glad, like, this whole Facebook thing, and he is such a country music fanatic. Raj has just met so many stars in country music that I will see. And by the way, he is the person who you talk about, the underdog. Roger is the person who will go to these clubs and these events and these pubs, and he will hear these newcomers who want to make it. And you know what's really funny? In about 3 years, I will look and one of these people will suddenly have made it. I mean, made it big. But yet, Roger will be able to show a picture of himself when they weren't so big. But do you know what was part of making that person believe in themselves? Because people like Roger showed up. He showed up to say, you're great. You've got talent. I'm here for you. I'm clapping for you. I believe in you. And people started following what Roger was doing. He is the biggest teddy bear in life. And I'm happy to call him friends. And we have not seen each other in years to get a hug, okay? But I follow him, and I don't ever give you enough of a shout out, Roger. Thank you for always showing up for me, even here. Thank you. So, okay, Michelle's here. Hi, Michelle, and she's live. Gail, hey, Gail. I love your honesty. You're awesome. Don't ask my husband about awesome. But thank you, thank you. I'm telling you, so I'm a hot mess sometimes, and so we won't even go there. We're not going to go there. He needed a helper, absolutely, Michelle. Fighting this crazy flu bug. Oh, I just saw that, Roger. We are praying for your healing in Jesus' name. We are, Roger. Roger, but don't forget, you got to do your part. You got to take care of yourself. Don't be pushing. Don't be pushing. And Roger, this is not the time to preach at you, but dude, I got some amazing stuff that can help your immune system. We're going to leave it right there. If you're interested, you can reach out to me by DM. But you need an immune system built up so that you can fight this stuff. Roger, I made a post about this. I know I'm squirreling again, but I have to. Roger, last month, January, I made a post about being so sick in January. Down for the count, in my recliner, feeling sorry for me. Vicks on my lap, Mucinex on my lap, tissues on my lap. Lee was fixing me mean hot toddies, trying to get better. And what's really funny is about 2 weeks after that, I started taking these newer supplements, these antioxidants, these forms, and this is not about just taking a handful of vitamins. So understand, this is so much more. It's not that, because I was doing that and I still got sick all the time. I have not been sick, knock on wood. Doesn't mean I can't be, but I have not been sick one time in the last year. All this crazy weather that's been happening, cold, hot, rain, not hot, hot. By the way, all the door dashing, endless hours, trying to run a business at the same time, trying to run a household, being stressed because the old business was failing. Let me tell you, it hit me when that memory came up that I had not been sick with any of this stuff that people are getting in a year. I am going to be 62 years old, and my immune system is now speaking and hollering for itself that says, yes, girl, you can be better. Yes, girl, you don't have to say, oh, well, it's just the weather. Oh, it's around people. I was around people all the time, handing them their food. Some of these people were so grateful. They hugging on me all the time, the whole nine. You know how it is. You know me. I'm a hugger. And Lee's like, oh my gosh, you're always hugging people. I don't want you to get sick. And I'm like, dude, they want a hug. I got to hug them. So the point is, there is a way to take care of yourself that is natural, that will help you heal your body of what ails you. Okay, I know, I just got off again. I do that. So if you're following me, you know I do this. Don't be judgmental because I'm doing this, because you know that's what I do. When I read it, that's what I do. That's all I'm going to say. Okay. Let's see here. So Roger, everybody pray for Roger. Please get him on the list. Janae says, remind me of Peter walking on the water. The moment he started doubting, Jesus reached out his hand and reminded him to trust him. Oh my goodness, Janae, is that not the truth, my friend? 100%. Hi, Stacy. Good to see you here, honey. I see you there. Charlene, I love you so much, Molly. Sharing and caring, flipping amazing. I like that. Flipping amazing. Just not going to be amazing today. Charlene told me I'm going to be flipping amazing. I'm flipping amazing. I hope that don't mean I got to do a flip, Charlene, because I'm feeling good. But girl, I don't think that's in my cards, okay? But I will take it. Thank you so much. I love you. Let's see here. 62 years young. Yes, girl, it is. It is. So again, I was feeling all those things. You know, you start doubting yourself, and I was doing the same thing, and what I didn't realize is that there is, thank you, Lee. Now try to point that I was getting there, baby. See, y'all always making fun of my squirrels. Y'all sending me pictures on my Facebook of squirrels because I squirrel. For those who know me best, starting with my husband, he knows that the reason I feed the squirrels in my yard is because that's what I do. I squirrel. I will be here, someone will say something to me, and I will definitely take you to something else. Don't you remember all them times on stage? I was on stage and I was talking about this, and all of a sudden, boom. Hey, you learn a whole lot when you're with me, just a little bit about everything and not a whole lot about one thing. That's what happens. So I am your person for sure. Okay, so again, when you're feeling like ugh, when you're feeling like ugh, you see that today's thing is unseen footprints. Do you know what that says to me? Again, all my examples. Think about what I've been talking about, not just today, like just period. You all have been following my life. You all, I mean, can we be honest? Can we be honest for just a minute? For all of you who have known me, especially for the last 20, 21 years, did you ever in your lifetime think that I would no longer be with Avon? Did you? Did you ever see that? I'm sure you were like, they gonna put Avon on her tomb, Avon lady, because hey, you know, when people, I believe in branding, and when people thought about Avon, guess what? They think about me. That's what they thought about. That's right, because those were years and years and years of me branding me. I wasn't branding the company, I was branding me. And that was one of the things that people just thought about, right? God had some footprints going on. He was taking some steps that I didn't know about, right? And he said, there is something coming before you that you're going to need. Now, I didn't know all this then. So remember, this is hindsight, right? Things were not working out. Business was falling apart. I was working more and more DoorDash. Things were crazy, right? And little did I know, I have this friend named Jesus who was working in the background. He was working behind the scene. He was behind, like behind this screen right here. He was like behind that screen, right? So when you all wonder, why is it that Molly just wasn't always flooded with the Avon stuff or whatever? Because my job was not about branding them. My job was about branding me and what I believed in, and whatever part of the company that was, which, by the way, in case you missed it, it was you. It was the Avon representative. It was the people who could identify with me. And it was the fact that I could see so many people out there who were not being loved, and they deserved the love. They deserved to know what they could do. They could just start believing in themselves. They needed one person to believe in them. One. And if I could be someone's one, then I could be somebody that God used, taking footsteps to help them understand that they were worthy of what they were trying to do, which was be better, make a better life for themselves, put food on the table, whatever that looked like, have new friendships, know that they deserve more than that lousy relationship they were in that everybody said they deserved, and they needed to take a step away from it, right? This is what we're talking about today. I need you to listen to the verse. It's Psalm 77, 19 and 20. Your way was through the sea, your path through the great waters, yet your footprints were unseen. You led your people like a flock by the hand of Moses and Aaron. You know what they're talking about? Do you remember? Do you remember when Moses and the Israelites left? And he says, and Pharaoh finally said, fine, go, take your people and go, after all the plagues and all of that. Remember? And they did. And then all of a sudden, the Egyptians were after them. All of a sudden, they were coming for him. The Pharaoh's heart hardened, and he was like, oh no, 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 no. We're going for them. And what did they come upon? They came upon the Red Sea. And guess what? Everybody started moaning. Everybody started complaining. Lord, what's going on? Why in the world? Moses, why would you lead us here? We were better. They're going to want to kill us now. They're going to treat everybody immediately. It had to be something bad. I need you to know. 2 years ago, that's where I was. This so identified with me. Because when I would pick up my Bible and read it, or when I would pray, I would be like, God, I don't understand. I have put all of this into this. And it is crumbling apart, and it's not my doing. I don't understand. I don't understand why I'm feeling useless. I don't understand why I'm having to work at things that wasn't what I saw, God. I don't understand. Why are you sending, why is this roadblock here? How am I going to get past this? I'm scared. I'm scared. What is it, God, that you're going to want from me? What is it, God? He said, your way was through the sea, your path through the great waters, yet your footprints were unseen. God was laying footprints for me, just like he was for Moses and Aaron. And when he took that rod and he touched that water, God split that water apart. It's one of my favorite stories in the Bible, because I can imagine that as it was splitting apart, that there were fish, and I like to think dolphins and all of them. They just there like, dude, I can't let go no far. I gotta go back and go the other way. What happened here? Why am I seeing all these people walk in the middle? And think about the fact that, along with the fact that when he split it, did he split it with wind? Because you didn't want the path to be muddy from the waters being there. God took care of every step when it was necessary. Now, it didn't mean, in the meantime, that all the Israelites were not having a hard time in Egypt. I mean, they were slaves. They were having to build stuff. They were being beat. Some of them were probably being killed. They were being servants. They were this, they were that, and they were God's chosen people. Are you kidding me? And then they sent Moses, right? God said, Moses. And Moses says, I stutter. They say he was a stutterer. He couldn't speak well. And yet, Moses is one of the most amazing examples of what God can do and how he can use you if you just take your hands off and let him do it. He did. He divided that water, and the Israelites got through. Hi, Quentin. I just saw Quentin there, everybody. I just wonder for you, and whether you're watching this on live or you're watching this on replay, and you can put hashtag replay if it is, but if you see the little red box up in the corner, we're live. If not, you're on replay, but I like it when you show up no matter what. We can still connect. I love this. God guides us by using his plan. God guides us by his hand, using his plan. See, I had a different plan. I thought I knew what my life looked like in the area of business, right? I thought I knew that. And there are many of you that are going to watch this, and you're going to say, "Oh my gosh, that was me too," because you've gone on to other things. Some of you have gone on to real estate. Some of you have gone on to other businesses. Some of you have figured out that, you know what, it served its purpose and you're done, whatever that is. But the point is, it doesn't mean that part of the journey was bad. But normally when you are at your lowest, if you hold on just normally you have to know that there is another plan. If you're that person at work and you're like, I don't understand, why didn't I get that promotion? I mean, I show up every day. I help train every day. I am here no matter what. And yet they're going to take it. And if you're like me, you won't give it to that youngin'? The youngin' who don't know nothing, who just, why? Because she's pretty, she's prettier than me, she's younger than me. I get it. But you got to understand, there's always a work in the plan. It just may not be exactly what you saw it as. Let's read on. His plan isn't always what we think he should do. See, I just wanted God to fix everything in Avon. I just wanted God to fix what I was thinking in my heart. I just wanted him to make it all okay, like the years when, oops, sorry, for the years when it was okay, right? God said, Molly, I've got something bigger for you. Because, Molly, what I have in store for you, and I didn't know this then, so remember, this is hindsight. Molly, the door that I'm going to give you to open, you are going to suddenly be your very best as far as health and mindset and partnership. Molly, I am going to help you if you will follow my footsteps and quit just wanting things how you want them. If you will let go of your fear and you will step up, you are not only going to feel better than you have felt in years. I am going to take all the years, all the experience that you have, and I am going to not make that for naught, not make you regret it. I'm going to make you somebody who, with that experience, you are going to be able to help people in areas nobody else could. Because, see, without that experience, without going through what I have, there would be no story to tell. I didn't want to see that. I was upset. I was pissed. I was frustrated. I didn't feel like God was listening, and I certainly didn't feel like the company was listening. I was watching things that were breaking my heart, and no longer could I help fix it. No longer did I have a voice that people were listening to in that avenue. God said, I didn't take your voice away. I didn't take your experience away, Molly. I'm going to take it now because they're done with it. I'm going to take everything you've been through and you're going to be able to use this going forward. I'm not going to take your people away. I'm going to give you some extra new people and I'm going to give you a new path. And we are going to make this successful together. And you are going to be able to share with people how they can feel better. I didn't want to hear that at the time. You know, he guides us and we don't see him. Now look, we look back, like I can go, oh, we see miracles. Like when something happens like this, you ask God for something. God, please help my son graduate. I don't want him to have to do GED. Could you just give him that grade that he needs so that I can get him out of school? Do you know how I know about that? I had to deal with that. You know how I know about people are laughing, going, oh, Molly, you're so funny. No, that was life, baby. That wasn't funny. That was like, please, God, please make this happen. Please, God, don't make it to where he has to go back for another. God, please, please let him do what he needs to do. Please, God, we just need this to happen. And I need you to know that was a miracle in my life because that happened. The right teacher showed up at the right time, and that happened. That was one of my small, I guess, looking back, miracles, but it seemed so big at that time that sometimes things happen and the right thing, and it feels like a miracle, right? You look at a baby who is so sick in the hospital, and all of a sudden, when they're saying there's no hope, suddenly there is. And why some do and some don't, I don't know. I don't have those answers. I don't know. But I do know that no matter what the outcome, that it can be used for God's greater good. I don't have all the answers. I can just tell you that in well, all the times that something hasn't turned out the way I thought it should, something eventually showed itself, and I realized that things had to happen the way they happened. My mom dying, I can go all the way back. I couldn't see that for years and years and years and years and years. I'd still do anything to have my mom back right now in this moment. Even give up being here with you. But God said, your mom was weak, and he did heal my mom. He just healed my mom on the other side, and he received her. But he said, all the pain that you're going to walk, Molly. And he knew before I knew there was going to be pain. There was going to be frustration. There was going to be flipping the middle finger at God because I didn't like my life and I felt he was responsible for it. And yet he forgave me and said, I'm still going to use your story, your journey to help others. He works through us to redeem ugly situations. Do you hear it? Now look, this is what I read. I read this morning because I was bringing Liza to you, but I read this in my devotional this morning. I know this is not Liza. This is my devotional this morning. He guides us and we do not see him, but we do see his miracles. He works through us to redeem ugly situations. He guides us through the most unlikely places and leads us safely to the other side. He leads us safely, but he doesn't say that it won't be tough getting there. Imagine the Red Sea and the Israelites standing there trapped. It was an impossible situation in the world's eyes. But God is all about doing the impossible. Step into the shoes of the Israelites and imagine the sheer panic and anxiety. The fear that would have gripped them, doubting whether God actually knew what he was doing when he brought them out of Egypt. Then at the last minute, God delivered a miracle we still talk about today. Life is like that. Think about it. Guys, every time the Ten Commandments comes on, I know it's old. I don't care. I've been watching Ten Commandments my whole life. Charlton Heston, I've been watching it my whole life. It is still one of my fave stories in the Bible. Why? Because he used Moses when Moses was technically not worthy to be used. That he used other people to help Moses, like Aaron. That he was scared, but he was still usable. That he messed up in life, but God still could use it. Our situations may seem completely impossible. No options, doors all tightly closed. Remember, I was talking about where I was, a year ago. But God comes through in a mighty way. We simply must trust that he is here with us, going before us, interceding for us. That's what trust is, y'all. Believing in the unseen and the unknown. God's fingerprints are in your life. They're on your life. His footprints are next to you. And he has your back as you trust in his unfailing love for you. Look for him. He's here. He's right here in this moment. He's right with us in these words. And you can feel him. You're not alone. And maybe this morning he sent me for just simply saying to you, he's there. In this moment, he's with you. No matter how hard it's been, how hard it is, or how hard it's going to be. So, how are you going to look for him today? When what you're going through right now is hard, take a look outside your window. Is there a bird out there that has no care in the world? Still digging in the snow and the ice, looking for that next worm, whatever it may be. Maybe it's the fact that You're feeling so grumpy, but another Mama Molly shows up, and although she doesn't know you, she smiles and says, "Hey, how are you? Man, I love those earrings." Or, "Wow, I love your hair." How about just a smile? He's always sending something, but what happens is we put our blinders on and we don't want to see it. We don't want to see it. There's always a way, but remember, the miracle sometimes isn't in when God goes the way we think he should go. The miracle is in trusting him. And when you don't recognize the path at all, you don't recognize the new business at all, you don't recognize why something is so bad, that if you give it time and you take his lead, that even though it's scary, even though you may not want to do something, that if you just let him in, eventually you will see the blessing in it. If you're arguing with somebody, if it feels like the Red Sea, the just there's no way we're ever going to cross over and meet in the middle, well, maybe there's not supposed to be a meeting in the middle. Maybe God is showing you that you need boundaries, and that person was only meant to be in your life for a season. Don't beat yourself up into thinking that you're not doing enough in a company. Stop it. Stop it. You know when you're not. Maybe there is something for you that you've just been too scared to grab a hold of. But don't settle for what just feels safe. You could be missing out on a part of life, on a new friend, on a new way to feel, on a new experience, because you just don't want to put your toe in the water. If you feel like you're drowning, if you feel like you're stagnating, that's not what God means for you. He wants you to be your best. He wants to be your footprints. He wants you to know he's there, but you got to quit telling him how you want it. He's not a genie. And you need to say, "God, please show me what is best for me. I'll be where I am, but show me what's best. Show me where to turn." And he will. I hope this has helped you. I do. I need you to know that in your darkest moment, your doubting moment, that you just think you're not good enough, that you think that this is all life has to offer, that nothing can get better. He did not put us here to be miserable. He did not put us here to settle. He did not put us here to live within our fears. And I know about that, because I get scared a lot. I know, oh my God, Molly, the bravest person. No, Molly normally learns after the fact. Let's be real. That's why you following me, because Molly mess up all the time. She come back and tell you about it. She says, "Don't make that mistake." So she's hoping you learn from it. That's what Mama Molly does, right? That's what I do. I share the impact of if I had just not been scared, if I had just ventured out, if I had just trusted God, if I realized that even though I lost someone or I lost something and it was devastating and I don't understand it to this day, that you have proven that you can get through it, and you may be there to help somebody else. I don't know. I don't know your answers, but I know God says, I didn't put you here to be nasty and judge everybody. I didn't put you here to be on social media and judge everybody about their political stance. I didn't put you here to tell people how they should live their lives. I put you here because you are special and you shouldn't be in all the negative, and you should not be the person who's being judgy Judy. Sorry for all my Judys. I don't know why they came up with that, kind of like Karen. My niece's name is Karen. Every time I say that, I'm like, that's not who Karen is. That's not my Karen. I don't even, I just squirreled. But you know what I'm saying. He put you here for something greater than that. Get off the fear. Let it go. Drop that cinder block. Drop the fact that you're angry. Drop the anger. God wants to use you, but you're holding on to so much you can't even see the footprints. I know. That was me 2 years ago. I felt like everything was crumbling. And I couldn't save it. And I didn't even know why it was. And I didn't think I deserved it. It had nothing to do with me deserving anything. But it was necessary. I didn't know that then. Where I am now, it was necessary for things to happen in order for me to get to where I am now. And that journey was hard, and sometimes it stunk. It stunk to high heaven, and it was frustrating. But for you who've been following me, you cannot look at me and say, Molly is not in a better place. You cannot look at me and say that Molly is not happier than she's been in a really long time. You cannot look at me and say that God is not using me in this moment. Because this day may not have been here had I not let him guide my footsteps. So let him guide yours. Let go of all the bad things. Embrace him. Give them to him. Don't just drop them. God, take my fear. God, take my fear. God, I know what I want to do, but I am so scared. You don't think I have felt that in the past couple of years? But I was either going to trust him and do it and know there was going to be fallout and knew that I was going to lose friends and knew that people were going to ghost me and knew exactly what was going to happen, and to say that it didn't hurt and to say it wasn't rough and to say that I didn't fall into some negative and to say that I didn't see a clear path and to say that it wasn't foggy. Guys, I had it all. I had it all going on. But you know what I can tell you? I kept walking. I kept walking. I kept saying it. It's got to clear eventually. Can't stay this way forever. My people are going to show up. The people who are supposed to be there are going to show up. And you did. Thank you. Thank you. And I thank God for you every day. Whether there's 2 on here who show up and are listening or following or commenting or celebrating me or cheering me on when there's a bad day, which is why I opened up Onward, the next chapter. Because sister and brother, you listen to me. You're still breathing, and if you're in the pit, there is a next chapter, but it is up to you to write it. It is up to you to live it. It is up to you to be brave enough to say, no man will hold me where I do not belong. God has something better for me. God wants something more for me. I am going to own it amidst it all. So I hope you do. I can't make you. And by the way, if you don't, I will love you anyways. Because I know what it is to be scared. And I know what it is for different. Lord, I'm so different. I know. But you know what? I'm still here. And one day I'm going to draw my last breath. And when I do, I think I'm going to be able to probably not look at him because I hear that he's got this bright, beautiful face. But I believe I'm going to bow to him, and I believe it's going to be, God, I know I've messed up so much. But I always got back up and tried again. And what I'm hoping I hear is, well done, thy good and faithful servant. Because you kept sharing the bad, the good, and the ugly, even when it didn't make you look so good. That's my journey. And I hope in some way it continues to help you in yours. I love you. I'm sorry if you don't have 72 degrees today like I'm going to have. It's going to be amazing. But go forth and be your best self. And I'll see you next Tuesday. Have a great day.